Morgan is a single mother of 3 who works as a nighttime janitor at the police department. One night during her shift, she accidentally knocks down a box filled with case files. As she bends down to pick them up, she sees photos from a recent murder case. Curious, she looks at the case board and instantly realizes something shocking. One of the suspects is actually a victim. The next day, Detective Karex notices that the case board has been changed and demands to know who did it. No one has any idea. Furious, he orders his team to check the CCTV footage. When they review the tape, they find that Morgan, the janitor, is responsible for changing it. They immediately call her in for questioning. At the station, Lieutenant Celine and Detective Karedzi ask Morgan why she changed the board. Calmly, Morgan explains her reasoning. She says that by simply looking at the photos, she could tell there was a third person present on the day of the murder. Someone who kidnapped the wife to divert the police awes attention. Just as she finishes explaining, another officer rushes in to announce that they've found footage of someone entering the victim's house on the day of the murder. This confirms Morgan's theory. But despite being right, Detective Karedzi angrily arrests her for interfering with a police investigation. Later, Morgan is released. As she walks out of the station, she overhears officers discussing the new footage. From one quick glance, she notices something strange. The timestamp on the video is wrong. When she mentions it, Karedzi dismisses her again. But Morgan insists, explaining that in the footage, the wind blows from south to north, which can happen during fall in LA since the wind blows the opposite way that time of year. After checking her claim, the officers realize she's right. The footage was altered. Impressed, the lieutenant talks to Morgan privately. Morgan admits she has an IQ of 160 and spends her free time watching documentaries. Soon after, she begins helping the detectives with their investigation. As they continue digging into the murder case, new details emerge. The victim's daughter tells Karetz that her missing mother, Lynette, received a strange letter from a woman named Sarah before disappearing. That woman killed herself shortly after sending the letter. Morgan connects the dots and realizes the murder might be linked to a powerful man named Brian Diamond. Even though Detective Karedzi warns her to stay out of it, Morgan disguises herself as a nurse, sneaks into the missing woman's office, and finds the letter. When Karedzi reads it, he learns that Sarah had been assaulted by Brian and wanted Lynette's help to sue him. From there, the case unfolds. Brian and Lynette's sister had been having an affair. When Lynette confronted him, things turned violent, and Lynette's husband was killed. They froze the house to fake the time of death and altered the footage to frame someone else. Morgan helps the detectives uncover the truth, rescue Lynette, and bring Brian to justice. Afterward, the lieutenant offers Morgan a consulting job at the police department. At first, she refuses, saying she's not cut out to be a detective, but later she changes her mind, on one condition. She wants help finding her missing husband, Roman, who vanished 15 years ago. Morgan begins working as a detective. As she helps solve other cases, she keeps pushing for updates on her husband's disappearance. Eventually, the lieutenant discovers that Roman E.'s car had been found at a police impound lot days after he went missing, with a pack of diapers still inside, proof that he never intended to abandon his family. As time passes, Morgan continues solving crimes, from kidnappings to hostage situations. In one case, she discovers a dead man buried under a greenhouse and saves 2 kidnapped children by following environmental clues left by their father. In another, she outsmarts armed intruders at the police station and prevents a deadly explosion, proving there was never a real bomb. But through it all, her husband's mystery haunts her. Then one day, Lieutenant Celine tells Morgan they found someone who might know what happened. A man named Confor. When they meet, he admits he knew Roman before he disappeared. He promises to help if they can get his nephew released from jail. Later, Confor tells Morgan that before her husband vanished, he had been working with a woman named Laia Flynn. Morgan doesn't recognize the name, but Detective Kareg soon learns from an FBI contact that Laia was an undercover agent who was killed 15 years ago. Not long after, the detectives receive a chilling email. Photos of a man held hostage with the message, 2 hours to make your move. They find a jigsaw puzzle that forms a map and follow the clues to rescue the hostage. It turns out the kidnapper is a deranged gamer obsessed with puzzles and revenge. Days later, Morgan goes grocery shopping with her kids. A kind man helps load her bags into the car and leaves. But when they get home, her son finds a pack of playing cards with a message that sends chills down her spine. "You are the one, Morgan." Before she can process it, Detective Carrot calls her with shocking news. Her husband, Roman, is still alive.